Good morning, everyone. So, in previous class, we already seen string and string operations and arrays operations. Have anyone practiced this string and string operations? Ganesh practice, right? Can you tell any method of string? How you used it? String. There will be many which we already written in class. Then okay, combination of characters. So any method you remember, like any function which we already implemented using the default, like dot to uppercase, dot to lowercase, dot includes, dot substring, right? You just need to practice that. You know, have you practiced that string? Any method you remember and tell me, like array methods. How to push, how to add new element to array. How to add new element at first place. Hmm? No. First place means unshift. If you do unshift, right, it will add into the first place. If you want to remove the last element, if you
Dot
want to
top.
remove, yeah, if you want to remove the element at particular index, that only one element. I want to remove the element at fourth index only. Then it is splice, cutting the existing array. Or I want to extract the element at fourth index. Extraction and modification is different. So modification is splice, extraction, slice. You got it right. I want to check whether array having that particular element or not. What is that? What is the method for that? Inbuilt method. For example, in YouTube, you search like HTML tutorial, you will get many videos with the same name which is having that, right? So that might be string includes or array includes. So that is what includes method will work, right? So now you have strings and its operations. If you want to get the index of the ITS, what is the method for that? Find index of. Find index of the particular character or particular string. You will get that. In you have these topics, right? For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 unordered list, right? So among these, you want to find make since it's an unordered list, we already it's a form of array in JavaScript. You already know. That's why you enable to print that using for loop. We'll just see that after this. So now in that particular array, I want to search whether string methods are covered or not. Means how you can search it using array, because these 7 values already stored in array. You want to check whether string methods are there or not. What is the method? Array dot includes. That's it. Array dot includes of string methods. It might be there. It will give the result. See, this is an array. This is an array. I'll just copy it where a equal to. I'll just do map it. I will get only subject names. I got subject names. A dot A is an array now. A dot includes x equal to manual testing. I want to search whether we have manual testing or not. Let's see SQL. Let's write some code for that. Array methods. So I will just start one script tag. I will create a course. Let courses equal to 1 HTML, 2 CSS, these string operations. So we have these three. I want to search whether I have CSS or not. So courses dot includes will see whether it is there or not. And you know, includes is a higher order function, which I already told you, which will take another function as an input. You can give function like this, which we already discussed. Function E, we can give like this, it will take. Otherwise, you will go with shorthand operator. That will be arrow function. That will comes in ECMAScript, TypeScript, which is an advanced version of JavaScript. But here also we can use. Anyway, TypeScript, everything will be transpiled to JS. That JS will be executed. This same will be created as minified JS, where browser can understand. So see how Java or C++ will compile, right? Which are compiled languages. These are interpreted language. This automatically will convert into minified JS, where browser can understand. Then it will execute line by line. Now if I write this, x equal to HTML, or we will do directly includes of HTML. So what it will do now, it will get the result. I will store the result in result result variable and put it on console.log of result. Let's save this and go live server and we'll open this. It's true. So basically, includes method directly, you no need to write another function. You'll just send the value. Whether it is there, it will get it. Otherwise, it can't. See, the same way we created a variable, right? A. Let's see. Not there. I'll just refresh it and again we'll do that. Take that course and which is there in console. See, I have this many array, right? So I will just copy and make it available here. Let modules or courses, right? Courses equal to. Okay, we already have courses. I will say course modules. I just copy these many. So I don't want these many because it will throw an error. So let's create where modules and I'll just copy paste this. Copy object. So you cannot copy like this. Just close it and right click on it and copy it so that it will copy whole object array. Then control V paste it. Right now, I don't want all this. I just want only object level subject name only. Right. So subject name is the root level of the modules. See, here we have subject name for all this, right? I will extract only subject name. Using map, you can do that. Use map dot map. I want to get subject name only. X dot subject name. We stored it right in modules. Modules. See, I just extracted subject names. I will just copy this and do in our thing. This is how I just copied. Just format document, it will refactor. See, now I just extracted course modules. I will debug it and I will show you how it is checking includes method. I'll just write it here and check includes on course modules. Let console.log result. We got it right. Map method will be very useful to extract something the current array. It will not modify the current array, but will extract something based on condition. You just given subject name only. If you give instead of subject name other thing, right? It will give that. See, other thing means you can get anything. I got subject name. You want to get module list, you will get it. If you want to get module IDs, you will get it using map. So map will be useful for that. For loop, what is the difference between map and for loop? So that is the difference. For loop is just to iterate. Now we will go into discuss that. Let's see, I will just debug that. Go to sources tab. Since you are running this, right, you just Control Shift P. You'll get this, remove greater than, and just search it. This is the file, right? You'll get this. Because since you are running in local, result is on top, we need to remove that. Because without declaring, you are trying to access it, right? It will get an error because before initializing the value or before declaring, you can't use it, right? I just remove it. So that's why it's showing there. So now it is not there. So let's put some debuggers and let's see. See, you have courses here. You have that. Again, you have course modules. Array of 10 means length is 10. Array dot length is 10. Now you have course module. You'll check includes. Go to next. Now result is false because there is no HTML here. If I put something, the same SQL, right? Then you might found whether it is there. This array dot includes where we used. I will go and show you where we used. Maybe we used it in many places. In YouTube also it is using. Currently in our website we use somewhere. I will tell you. Go to register, registering a new student. Here let's see. I have this. If I put present NELL, so it's included there and it's filtered. So that array included Nellore, NELL, whatever the value that is included as a substring or the main string. NELL is a substring of Nellore, right? Pastur. So BAS is a substring of Pastur. And that substring is there in the current district array or not. It will get it. So that is the usage of that. So that is why array is more than one value it is holding so that we can do all these operations, right? Even though while searching, you will do dot ignore case. Ignore case means here capital B is there, but we are entering small b. We will convert to dot two lowercase and that also will convert to two lowercase or two uppercase. We will compare that. Any case will be same, right? Both will convert to two uppercase or both we can convert to two lowercase so that both will match. So that is how we will do. And now I will start with the loops, which is the next concepts. Tomorrow we'll conduct exam on coding because today we'll cover all those coding, most of the things. And we'll have some of the codings we'll giving in the material so that you can practice that. So that we'll conduct exam on that only. Go to that particular module. So this is loops, everything, right? Right. So if you want to, now first I will see conditional statements. Conditional statements is nothing but we want something, we want to add some condition. For example, you have password, right? So, but password should be greater than length greater than 8 digits or equal to. Your email should have includes of @Gmail or any domain. After that you want 4 characters. After that, you have .com or you need to have .in or .com, right? So these conditions I need to add, right? These conditions I need to add. So those conditions and your age should be greater than 18, right? In order to evaluate all this, we have conditions if and else. If means condition is satisfied. Else means if it is not satisfied. Again, there is no only one condition. I want to add more than one condition, more than two or more than three. Then how many conditions we have? Those many if conditions we have. For that, if else if means else, this is not the first one. Again, we'll check the second if means second conditions. Again, that is also not true. Then again, I will check else if the third condition. Again, these three are not true. Then I will check the last, which is else. Means in worst case, these three are not successful, then this it will automatically execute. That is if else. In the next scenario, I will take only if. If it is not true, then it will execute else. This is the normal if else condition. If this is true, it's okay, it will execute this. It will execute this. If this is not true, it will execute the else block. Else block, right? So means here at a time, it will execute this one or this one only. It will execute only one because true and false, both are not equal, right? Only one will execute. If it is true, then it will execute this. If it is false, then it will execute this. This is the simple. Again, we have more than one condition means it will match any one of the condition only. Once that particular condition is executed, then it will come out of here. It will come here to tell you this line where the if else block was executed. This we will call as else if ladder. This we will call as if else conditions. If else conditions, right? So this is nothing but we have more than one condition or more than one option we have. Take an example remote or it's a button or age. For that, we will use this else if ladder. Now just execute this and we'll go to this. I will just comment it down and we'll execute this. Now you have an age equal to 17 and you have email equal to sundar@gmail.com. You got it, right? So now I want to check age is greater than 18 and I want to check whether email consists of gmail.com, right? For that, if age greater than 18 and I want to check both conditions, both should be true, means and in operators we have that. So in the next, we will just check operators also. So basically, we have operators like whether operators are covered, no, right? It's already covered, no. So basically, in any programming language, we have operators. You want to do mathematical operators, we have arithmetic mathematical operators, like where it will be plus, minus, star, right? Modulo division by. If there are two numbers, 2, you want to add, right? 2 plus 3, you already know. If you want to multiplication, 2 star 3. If you want to check the remainder of that, 4 divided by 1 means this is modulo division. You will get it. 4 by 2 or 5 by 2. You will get remainder as 1. If I do 5 by 2, then I will get quotient of that. Means equal to 2 you will get. In order to do all this, we will get arithmetic operators. Okay, before going to the loops, I will cover these operators, okay? Then we'll go to that so that you'll know confusion. Next will be assignment. Assignment operator. Assignment operator to equal to which will assign some value. We are assigning some value to result, right? That is nothing but assignment operator. We have ternary operator. Ternary. Ternary means we will do condition in single line. See, let's see. Let result equal to, okay, result we have another variable. We create result 1. Age, we created age. Okay, I will uncheck this. I uncomment it. If age greater than 18 means what we are checking here, we are not using if condition. We are just checking age greater than 18. If it is true, then we'll use question mark. Then this will execute. True will be added to the result. If it is not true, it will go to the semicolon. After the semicolon, we'll enter false. This will be the ternary operator. It's nothing but if else condition only. But it will be a one line to just assign some value, but not to do heavy operations. We cannot write n number of codes. If we do block, right, inside block, we can write n number of things and we can even declare variables and do it. So that will be block scope. But in the single line, if you want to assign some value true or false as some substring or string, we can go with ternary operator. For the lightweight operations or one single line operation, we'll do with that. You got it, right? That is ternary operator. And we have logical operators, which is or. I want to check two conditions, whether this one is true or that one is true. Whether age is greater than 18, right? Or email should have @gmail.com. Both. In the both, I want to check only one. If any one of this is true, then it will get true. That is or. And then we'll check. I need to check both the conditions should match. Both the conditions should be true. That is and operator. And we have not operator. Not means it should not be true. Right? It should not be true. And we have not. It should not or false. So first one not means it is not true. Means it should be false. Again, I will put another not. It should be not false. First not means false. It should be false. Again, not or false means true. It should not of means true, false, true. First one not will be false. Again, not or false will be true. It should be true. So this is also we can use. Okay. So we have XOR, we will not use, but in XOR, what will happen? One is true and one is false. Combinedly, we'll make it as true. If both are false or both are true, then also it is false. XOR means one is false and one is true. But we will not use this much. We will use mostly and or not, because we will use that only. XOR will be used for electronic devices mostly. See, in your room, right? Near the bed you have one switch, but in the entrance before the door or beside the door you have one more switch for the same light or same fan. That will be XOR. One should be true and one should be false. Then only light will on. Right? Both should, if both are true, then light will off, right? If both are false, light will off. So that is XOR. We'll use mostly in electronics, embedded systems, right? Where embedded software will be included electronic chips, which is semiconductor, that will be green chips, which is silicon chips, right? So there we will use it. In program, mostly will not use. In web development or application development, we'll use in electronic devices. You already know, because if there are two switches, one should be on and one should be off. Then only it should be on, right? That is the thing. We have increment and decrement operators. We have increment and decrement. One is plus plus, minus minus, star star, right? Plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, divided by equal to, modulo divided by equal to. So this all comes under here. So increment plus plus means there is an age. If I do plus plus of age, then age will be incremented by 1. If I do minus minus of age will be decremented by 1. If I do star star, star equal to, I think we don't have star equal to. Let's see. Age star. We have plus plus and minus minus only. And we have star equal to also. Age star equal to age plus equal to age. So this will be assigned to something. So if you're assigning to age, right, then only it will work. Increment and decrement are the self operators. It will just operate on the variable. If you are using age star equal to age, means it will define as age equal to age star age. This is the real, this age plus age or age star age. Instead of this, you can write this. This is the shorthand operators. And instead of age modulo divided by, instead of this, you can add this age by equal to age. This one also you can use it instead of that. You got it right. Instead of this, you can do this. This is the shorthand operators. And increment and decrement are the self operators, which will do on its own. You don't need to assign back to age, right? So this is the increment and decrement operators. And we have bitwise operators. In bitwise operators, we have or and or not. So we have this, but you already know by seeing the name itself, it will operate on the bits zeros and ones. You got it right? I will just do an example for all of this so that you can clearly understand. First, I will focus on uh, arithmetic operators. Let expression 1 equal to 2 plus 3 star 4 minus 1 plus 5 modulo divided by 6. What is the value of it? Just evaluate on your own. First, you already know there is a priority for braces. In any mathematical expressions, there is a priority for braces. First, braces will be evaluated. Now let's see in braces what we have. We have 4 minus 1. That will be 3. Again, we have 2 plus 3 star 3. 5 star 3. Again, we have plus 5 modulo divided by 6. Means star division multiplication will have the same priority. Then it will execute in order only. 5 modulo divided by 6, it will start from here. Right? And value will be almost like this. 15 plus 5 by 6. If it is modulo divided by 6, then what is the value of 5 modulo divided by 6? Ganit. Because modulo will give remainder. If 5 is divided by 6, what you will get? Remainder 5 only, right? It will not be divided. So you will get 5. 15 plus 5, almost you will get 20. Let's see whether it is the correct or not. We'll just execute again. $16. Right. So how it is executed? So basically, 3 star 3, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 5, 16. Yes. So it's executed in this manner. So first it's did 4 minus 1, 3. 3 star 3 because we have plus here. Here and here we have plus only. So among plus and minus, star multiplication division will have priority. Then what it will do? We have 2 plus 3 put aside. 4 minus 1 is 3. We have 3 star 3 plus 5 modulo divided by 6. So this is the expression. We just divide it. Now it is executed first. So it is executed. We got 2 plus 9. And this will execute because there are plus, but in between there are expression evaluations for multiplication, modulo division. Now we know there is a priority. It will start from left to right for the star division, etc. If we have plus minus, instead of by skipping that, it will execute first star and multiplication or division. Star is multiplication. Modulo division is this one, percentage symbol. Division is slash. So first it will give priority for this, then it will execute plus and minus. Now 5 modulo division will be getting 5 because what is the remainder of this one? Because percentage will always calculate the remainder. Then we'll get 5. Now it will execute from left to right because all are plus only, all having the same precedence. We will get this as operator precedence. We'll see this table. So in any programming language, operator precedence is same. Yes, see here. Uh, take it's a JavaScript. So now it's left to right. Where will be it's coming to left to right. First priority is for braces only because we already used braces. First, it will execute inside the braces. Then it will execute unary plus plus minus minus. Then only it will add or minus because in one of the expressions in previous classes we already did like this a plus 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 a minus 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 a plus we did this right, but before adding a plus b or a minus b it will do this operation right. That is why it is the most priority in that. Then it will have this multiplication slash division from left to right. So that is how it did this. Instead of doing plus, we have this right. First it will execute on this. Then it will add this because its expression is evaluated on these operators, which is multiplicative or division operators. Then it will do add plus or minus. After that, after adding plus or minus, if we having greater than less than or less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, then it will check. Here we have one more operator if we miss relational operators. Means we have we want to check greater than something. We want to check less than something. We need to check greater than or equal to. It should be greater than that or equal to that. It should be less than that or equal to that, right? So that we will check. If we want to check whether it is exactly equal to, means double equal to, means it will check comparison between two values. That will be double equal to. Then that is the priority for the relational. Then after that we have equality. So in relational we have greater than, less than or equal to. After that it will check equality, not equal to or equal to. Not equal to means it should be false. It should not be equal to. Equal to means it should be equal to. Then it should work on bitwise operators and XOR. XOR means cap. OR means this one. And then logical and. This is how it will execute. This is the execution order. So if my expression is like this, 2 plus 2 greater than 3 and 2 minus 4 modulo divided by 5 star 3 into 2 plus 3, 2 plus 4 or 2 minus 3 plus minus 3 plus 3 plus plus or 6 minus 1. What is the value of? So basically just try to understand it. We might not understand directly, but try to understand it. See, operators will be divided with this one. Everything will be divided by this bitwise operators. Okay, bitwise operators will be divided. Then this will be added. This will be executed. You know what is the operator precedence. Instead of this, plus will be executed. So now this will be executed. 2 plus 4, 4. 4 greater than 3 will be added. So this is the expression for this. Again, go here. This one. This is the one. First 2 plus 4 will execute. You already know. 2 minus 4 divided by 5. Star 3 star. What is the 2 plus 4? You already know 6. So now again from left to right you have 4 remainder for 4 modulo division by 4. What is the 4 modulo division by 4? It's already executed and its quotient is 1. Then remainder will be 0, right? Then you will get 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 means, but before that, it will be executed with this.
Sir, 4 modulo 5 కదా sir.
Okay, here మనం 5 వేసామా? Okay, since we have 5 here, then that will be 1. అంతే కదా? 1. So we have this star. So now this will become 1. We will remove 0. So now what it will do now? First it will be executing this because star will be given importance because that present is higher than this. Then 6 star 3, 18, 18 star 1, 18. Then 2 minus 18 will get, right? Then we'll go here. Before we go here, this will be separated again. 2 minus 3, 1, minus 1. Plus minus 3 means it will become 2. Minus 3 means we are incrementing by 1 for 3. Again plus, we have 3 plus plus means 4. Again we have bitwise operator R. 6 minus 1, 5. And again we will compare this. We have and here 4 greater than 3. What is it? It is true. 4 greater than 3 means it will say true or false. Then it will be true. Got it, right? We have and. Again we have 2 minus 18. 2 minus 18. What is 2 minus 18? We have minus 16. We have R. We have minus 1 plus 2 plus 4. What is this? 6 minus 1, 5 will get. Or 5. So now what is true and minus 16 means it will always check false because it started with Boolean. Boolean will always compare with Boolean only. So now minus 16 will get false because it's not 0. So in computer, it will be checking zeros and ones, right? At the time, if it is less than 0, then it will be false. If it is greater than 0, then it will be true. Then it will check and minus 16. And minus 16 means minus 16 is false because it's less than 0. Then both will become false. You got it right? Both will become false. Again, we have R5, R5 means true or true. Then false or true means false or true. I will take false or true. What is the value of our false or true? True, because any one is true, then it is true. True, right? Then execute this. It's very heavy operation and try to execute it. You might get this because to understand this concept, because this expression anyway you don't write in your exam, you don't write in your application development, but you just need to understand the operators. That's why I just made this much complex so that I will just divide it and I will explain it so that you can easily understand it. I will create let expression 2 equal to this. I'll just put console log expression 1 and expression 2. It's a syntax error here. Okay. Invalid reference in postfix operation. Okay, now it's fine. So if you are writing this much expression, right, you need to use process. Otherwise, everything will be mixed up. Then it will show postfix prefix. Prefix means if you're adding plus plus before. Post means if you're adding plus plus after. right? At the time it will throw an error. Otherwise, we need to use these braces. Orally, we'll evaluate this way. That is the way only compiler will also evaluate. Let's go to the next step. Expression 2 will be 5. Why? Because now we just changed this, right? So this will be executed in such a way so that we'll get the value finally. So with that, we got this. Again, I will give you another example. Let expression 3 equal to, we'll create a variable a. Let a equal to 5. We'll have a plus a plus a minus 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 a plus a minus a plus 1. What is the value of it? Try to just try to explore the same way. See, you already know first what is a. What is a first? A is 5. 5 plus a will become 6 here. Plus a minus minus means it is 6 only. After that, it will be getting minus because it is post operation. Before assigning, it will be assigned as 6, then it will become 5. Now again, we have minus here. Means this 6 already 5. Now it will become 4 only before assigning, right? It will be 4. Plus, again, it will be incremented pre, then it will be 5. Minus 5 only, because there is no increment, then plus 1. 12 plus 5. 17 minus 4, 13 plus 5, 18, again 5 minus 5, 0, so 13 only, 1 plus 14. Let's see, what's our guess? We'll just print it again. Expression 3. Yes, it's 14. Because after 13, we have 5 minus 5, 0. Last one is 1, which we discuss as 14. So that is how it will execute. And this is what all about operators. You have any doubt here? We'll go to loops and we'll exit. Any doubts here? It's clear, right? So that is how expression evaluation might happen. In any programming language, it will happen in the same way. That's why in that particular image, there is no mention of C, C++, Java, or Python. So any programming language, this is the basic. That is how it will execute. You got it, right? So if you enter this in calculator, you can't do minus anyway. But you can enter this. So 2 plus 3 star 4 plus this. So according to these braces, it will attach the braces and it will execute. If you press in calculator, right? 2 plus 3. Anyway, in calculator, there is no modulo. Divide by 4 minus 2 plus 3 minus 6 like this. Based on the expression evaluation terms and principles, that operator precedence only, it will give the value. Otherwise, it can't evaluate. Anyway, that is also doing programmatically, right? So this programmatically always assume as braces and it will take the priority of that. First, all the braces will be executed. After that, whatever the middle things are there will be there. After this is the last priority, right? And or. This is the last priority because that should do this separately, bit by bit. Then that will be combined as and or. That is how operators will execute. You got it, right? Now we'll just check if condition, loop and all. Then we'll close the class. So now I want to check whether you have logged in or not. See, this is not my if condition. If this is completed, I will print green color. If it is not, means else condition. I will print gray color, right? So that is the same. Let is completed. We have is completed only Boolean. I will just show you whether I have the JSON data in console if I'm printing it. I'll just reload it. See. is completed is true. So means batch 1 is completed, batch 2 is completed, batch 3 is also completed. So now if I go to there, I will check it. Then I will get that, right? How many batches are completed? Go to there, go to Angular. I will see batch 1, batch 2, batch 4 is completed. Because of that, you know that, right? Because of that only it is completed. So if it is true, then I will print green. Otherwise, I will print gray. Because of this only, if else condition. If is completed is true, then if is completed, I'll just put it. If I want to check it, if it is not, then I will put not. If I want to check not, then I will put not. Not is identical as this one. Both are same. Not is same as this. If you want to put not, then you'll put, it will check whether it is false or not. If it is true, then it will print true. Otherwise, it will print false. If it is true, it will print this. Char C, true. Let's see. It is false. Because it's not completed. Because this is false. If you put not, then this will be executed. This will become true. This will become true. So this is how we will use conditions. We have more than one condition. Like for example, I want to segregate the people based on the age. So let's see age equal to 17. I think we already have age. We'll just remove that. If age less than or equal to 10, I will print as children, child. Again, I want one more condition. Then I will go with else if one more condition. If age greater than or equal to 11, teen, where teen will start, 11, teen, 19, and it will end with age less than or equal to 19. Then I will say teenage is the powerful age, right? Everything might happen. It's in our hand only. Now we have age greater than or equal to 20 and age less than or equal to 35. It's, I can say, as youth and adult, right? So again, I want one more condition, like age greater than 35 and age less than or equal to 50. We'll say as parents, grandparents, like parents, father or mother. Else, if it is not, I will say mm, grandparents, right? So these many conditions I want. This I will call as else if ladder. Let's see. Here we printing age, teenage. So now it will get teenage. Now see sometimes, okay, 2, 3 conditions is fine, but I have n number of conditions. Means take a remote or ATM system. So I don't know what is happening actually, but we are taking some input and selecting that particular item based on the input. For that we have selection. In HTML we have select options, right? The same way we have select options for ATM, for cave coffee definition, right? Which will brew the coffee for you. On top of it is having coffee beans. The same way now you have remote. You have selecting an option that we will switching to an option whenever you enter that. That is nothing but switch statement. You got it right. We have switch. For example, let what is the operation I want? Let operation equal to withdraw. This exactly will match. This exactly should match. Keep remember that. Otherwise, you need to make it as lowercase or uppercase. I need to change it. Now we have switch statement. Switch statement declaration will be like this. This will take an input. In braces, we need to give an input. That input will be what? Whatever the variable it is storing the value, that we need to give as an input. Then switch is nothing but a case. Which case? That is withdraw case or deposit case. We have case, withdraw. Then we need to put colon. Then we need to write code, whatever you want. So for example, I want to call some operation, or I want to call some server, I can call it. Whatever it may be we want to do, those many you can do. And those many lines you will write and you need to break it. Otherwise, what will happen, I will tell you in the next slide. So again, there is one more case you want to deposit. Just make it as deposited because we are not using server now, right? Deposit. Deposited. Again, I will go with one more case. Check balance. Check balance. I will go with as check balance. So now let's see. I taken only withdraw operation. I selected only withdraw, but everything will execute. And also there is one more default case. If nothing is matched, so you entered withdraw. What if you enter withdraw one? Nothing is matched. Then default will execute. You got it right. That is what default. No matches. In order to just print this message or execute something also, we need to have some default, right? That is what default. Again, now see, no matched. So that is default. Now let's check whether it will put withdraw. See, withdraw, deposit, check, everything is executed because every case, once it is executed, you need to break. Break is a keyword which will break the code flow. Because every case will be executed, then you need to break that because another case will also execute because it's already entered switch case and it is inline. Compiler can't understand whether you need to break it or not. You need to externally break it every case. Again, if I don't put break here, if deposit is matches, then it will not break here. Again, it will execute check also. That's why I need to put break for every case. Otherwise, the next case will be executed, right? So that is how switch statement works. See, now only withdraw is executed, others are not executed. The same way remote switches, ATM, everything will be switch case only by default, right? This one also switch case only. You just switched one input to another input, one module. This switching, that is a switch case only by default, right? We use ng switch in Angular. We will call it as next generation. So that's why we'll as ng for ng switch, right? So when it comes to Angular, you will get to know that. So that is what like switch statement. And you have this one, right? These many courses you have like HTML because I am printing it. I want to print each and everything item. I want to loop it. For that, we have for loop. Loops. That is what iteration statement. Iteration is doing more than once. Iterating the same thing. That is what iteration statements. In iteration statements, we have for loop, for each loop, for each for lists only. And we have for off loop for objects. For in loop in array only, array objects. And we have while and do while loops. I'll just do example for all this, okay? So for loop, its syntax is this one. Inside that we need to, so while looping the thing, strings or arrays, index, we have called a word as index. Index starts with 0 and it ends with length -1. Since it's, for example, its length is 5 means index starting from 0 means what is the last index? It's 4 only, right? Because it starts with 0 means its length minus 1 is the last index. So then what is we need to declare? Let I equal to 0, I less than what is the variable of that name? Course modules. I want to read it. Course modules dot length I plus plus. And I need to print index value every time. Then course modules of I. Of I means it is an array, square braces inside that particular index I want. 0th index, first index, third index, fourth index. Then it will print that. It's printing that, right? So this is for loop. I will debug it and I will show you how it will exactly do iteration, so that you can clearly understand it. Because debugging is very important, so that you can easily understand the concept. That concept might be anything, development or testing or anything. So now let's see I. This is block scope. I already told you, let is block scope, and that particular block is the for. That is block scope. So that's why there is a block scope. Go to next. It's check. It's check whether it is less than course dot length. Means yes. Course dot length is 10. I is less than 10. It will execute it now. It will assign. Once it is assigned, so it will with 0. Then I plus. That's why we put less than. If we put less than or equal to, then it will say index out of 1, because for array 10, only 9 index will be there. You already see. If I again calculate the 10th index by putting less than or equal to 0, then it will become false. So now I plus plus will happen. Then what is the I value? Again, it will check the condition. 1 less than 10. It is fine. It will execute. It will execute this many times. Now let's see, it is 9. 9 is less than 10, it is fine. It is getting the last value almost. Now it will execute 10. Again, it will check the condition. It will come out of loop. What if I will put less than or equal to, means 10th index also I want to check. Then it throw an error. In any programming language, there will be an exception, which is runtime exception, because you are doing wrong in runtime. Compiler will know only the syntax, which is literal, that is symbols. Variable is a symbol, less than is an operator, that is also a symbol. That is one of the subject, but I want to just the terms. I want to just mention the terms. That is compiler design. Compiler design for the computer science people. So this less than is an operator, right? This variable is an operand. We'll do operation less than equal to comparison operation. Again, it will increment the operation. Operator, operand. Operator is the symbol which we are using from operators, plus symbol or minus symbol. And variable is nothing but operand. It will do expression evaluation. This will be also expression evaluation, because there is an increment operation happening, comparison operation happening. So that compiler will just understand, because this is right syntax, but value will get the difference, because you are comparing 10 and getting the 10th index means in runtime it will only get, because in compile time it is not having any value. In runtime it will assign the value and it will execute it. That's why it will be runtime error, right? So then it will get index out of bound exception. Let's see. When I comes to 10, I will stop and show you. See, now it is 10. It will check, but it will try to get the value. See, it will try to get the value, but in console you will get that index out of bound exception. Okay, in console we will not get this, but when we will get this, when we will do strictly operations, right? At that time it will break the flow. In Java directly, because it's interpreted, right? If it is not having that, it will say undefined. So that is the problem with JavaScript sometimes. So For that, we will use TypeScript. If you strictly type it, right, then this undefined will not come. Since it is not having value, it is getting undefined, but it should not get undefined in real-time projects. How I will tell you? See, sometimes whenever I didn't uploaded material, I will show you that error, right? I will go to registration portal and edit this file name. If I edit this file name, I will remove this G, then go to LMS and try to download it. This Angular module 1, right? So go to LMS again. Anyway, here only. You will try to execute it. So I will remove this, right? It will try to execute it. Because you don't have that value, basically. It is not able to fetch that. Then it will get the error. See, I just download it. See, it is not able to find ANULAR. This is the file name which is there. It is not found. That's why it's a runtime error, because compilation is not there. Compilation, we have the string. It will be able to identify it as a string. But in runtime, you are trying to download it by file name, but that file name is not exist. That is the runtime error. The same way, arrays will also get the index out of bound. It is occupying more than the index range. Again, I will edit it so that you will not get error. Save it. So now you can download it. That's not an issue. Now you can download it. That will be downloaded. So whenever in a runtime application is running up, at the time, if you do any errors, right, that will be runtime error. That will be index out of bound exception. I will show you how it will be. Index out of bound exception in JavaScript. Let's see this one only. See, it's getting array index out of bound length 12 and length 12. So you are trying to get the 12th index also, because you are giving less than or equal to the index. So that is what index out of bound exception. So now we have while loop. So you already know while loop is nothing but exit condition. We don't know how much to increment. For example, take your battery percentage. Percentage equal to 100%. We don't know when it will use, because there is infinite time, but till it will get zero, then only mobile will switch off. That is the condition. While percentage greater than zero, you will do n number of times, you can execute it. There is no increment operation. It is alive. Then we are using it here, so we will minus it. We'll minus. So whenever this condition fails, right, then it will come out of the loop. We'll just put came out. See, 100 times it's printed, now it's came out. And we have do while, even though it is failed, right, it will try to execute it. It will try to execute it at least once, then it will fail it. So that is what do while. It's nothing but banking operations. Even though you don't have balance in your account, you are trying to withdraw the amount. At the time, that is what do while. It will try to execute it, but it will fail. So that will be do while. In real time, mostly we won't use do while, but see, you just put it do while. And we have few more loops dot for each. So we have courses, right? For array, we have array method, which is have for each. We'll do like this as a function, because for each is higher order function. We'll do like this, or else we'll do inline also, like arrow function. We'll just print it. It will just print it. How many we have, those many. That is for. Again, we have for let I in courses. For in of array. Array, we have those many instances. Those many instances every time we'll print it. That is for in. Means I will get the index. Since it is it's an array, we need to get the index of that, and based on the index, we need to get it. That is for in. For in. And we have for of also. Let obj of courses. So basically for of will execute on objects. But let's see, we'll just test it whether this will work or not. So every time we'll get the object of that. So for of will execute on this. Let obj, let student equal to, we have student object, right? So name Brahmi course full stack duration 3 months. So this we need to use. We need to print object. We need to print object. Second. Yes. Yes. Okay, this will works on this or let obj in student. Just print it obj. Yes. So we'll get the key. So how we will get index from courses? The same way. See, there is a difference. So if you do of obj of courses, then you'll get the value. If you see obj in student or obj in courses, then you'll get the index. If you do obj in courses, then you'll get the index because that is an array. If you do obj in student, then you'll get only keys. That is the different. Because array will have indexes as keys, right? And object will have variables as keys. That's why you'll got this key. So that's why you'll put as key in student. You need to print key so that you can easily understand. Again here, value of means value, in means key. That's it. Because that is the different. That will be array or object. That will be anything. So then you need to print value. That is for in and for off loop. See, that is printing value. Again, if I print in, then it will also print index. Got it, right? That is for in and for off. Then if I'm using in, right, then I need to use courses of value. Here also same. Student of E. That is how we'll get that. Right. So that is how we'll get for in or for off loops. You understand, right? For in and for off will be different, means it will execute in different manner. For objects and arrays, it will be same, but it will act on keys. For in, off means value of the array. So off, that is the difference. So that is for in and for off loops. So that is the difference. You need to understand that. So now there is a confusion like what is Brahmi, what is full stack, what is 3 months. I don't have name of that. I don't have variable of that. For that, I will print like this. I want to runtime. I want to create a string. I will put backtick character. I will put backtick character, and this is the value I need to read dynamically. I will put dollar single braces. So you'll get the value. Before that, we'll put as dollar E. So we'll print name and colon. You got it right. It will say name Brahmi course full stack. Like that, you want to create the dynamic string using backtick characters, which is from ES6 feature, which is from TypeScript. ES6 ECMAScript features. So we want to make the dynamic string because if you put double quotes, it will print the current string always 3 times. If you want to make dynamic string, then it will print like this. You need to take this backtick character, and that is also multi-line. You can write that is multi-line also. You got it right? How exactly you do that will do it. Again, if you do something like console.log, just see double quotes. It will not be that. If it is double quotes, then it will not be next line. You need to add like this concatenation operator. You need to concatenate that. In strings, addition operation will act as concatenation operator, which is adding side by side. In numbers, concatenation operator will act as arithmetic operator. So you need to add like this. Then only it will get multi-line. So this will be headache for you if you want to get multiple lines. Then you can easily use this. How much you will do? Even the empty spaces will be taken care. It will execute exactly. That is backtick operator. You got it right. This is the importance of backtick operator. So that is how you can execute it. You got it right. What is the difference between for off and for in, Jayan? Off value means off value. If it's an array or an object, it will get the value. For in means it will get the keys. Based on key, you will get the value. So that is what loops, iteration statements, and operators. You just practice this. Tomorrow, so what you do using loops, you can print n natural numbers, or you can get the square root of n natural numbers. That will be 1 to n, means 1 to 100. And you can see odd numbers and even numbers from 1 to 100. Right? And do print Fibonacci. Fibonacci for 5 means for the first 5 Fibonacci series you will get. And you will get the LCM and HCF of two numbers. Right? That is one. And reverse a number. Reverse number, also reverse string. You can do all use this for loop, if condition, etc. Find even and odd numbers. Even and odd. From 1 to 100. Right? So the next one. Sum of digits. If I get 1, 2, 4, what is the sum of it? 7, right? So this is all you practice. Along with that, print equilateral triangle pattern. Like this. You got it right. And also print just right angle triangle. Like this. Practice all this. I will explain this on Monday class, or I will conduct exam on all this for loop, operators, everything. Along with his coding questions, just try to practice. It will be achieved with for loop, if conditions, else conditions only. With these three only, you will get this. Just try to explore. Tomorrow's exam will be on this. On Monday, I will do live coding. So this all questions might complete within 10 minutes. For me in the class, maybe you will complete within 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours based on understanding in the initial phase. Then we'll execute line by line, each word by word in class. And also I will tell you how to understand the new question. If I given a new question in exam, how to understand it, how to get an approach for that, how to get a formula out of it, how that is actually formulated, how to understand that. Once you understand, you need to use it for loop or while loop, what you need to use. That also I will tell you, so that if any new question gives in the exam, you can easily identify the approach. Approach will be important, even though if you're not able to write the code. If you're able to identify the approach and tell to the interviewer, then he will be happy to move to the next round. So you don't need to write the code, you just need to approach. So you just write, put pen on paper and you need to write the approach. First, I want to loop it, I want to increment it. At the end of that, it will get 0, so that I will return 1. So that's how you need to do it. Finally, factorial. What is the factorial for 5? It's 120, right? How we will get it? So just try to execute it. Using for loop, we will get factorial also. But in the next upcoming chapters, we'll create functions and we have recursions and we have DOM events like on click, on change of value for the input to call the server. We'll check all this. There we have document, we have window, navigator. So this all we'll check, and also we'll check the objects after this. Object seal, object freeze, we have this. So we'll check this, and after that we'll go to TypeScript. In the next 3-4 classes after coding, JavaScript completes. Using JavaScript, I will add dynamic functionality for the HTML and CSS so that you can see what is happening exactly. Okay. Yeah, let's practice all this, and tomorrow we'll have exam. If you're not practicing and if you're not confident, tell me, I will conduct a class instead of exam. Okay. So it's your interest. Okay, Chamu, Akhil, Sai Kumar, is it fine?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, just practice it and